Let me share with you a secret. The film that you all watched yesterday was actually a fishing exercise for a very important reason. People were injured. US Air Force personnel were actually harmed at Rendlesham Forest. For over 45 years, they have sought answers. What did they really encounter? And who knew? I really and humbly want to help them resolve those issues. And it worked! Out of the woodwork came the physicists, the UFO community, the military, and the spooks threatening me. Your response has been amazing, thank you. Apart from the people who warned me not to stand too close to hotel windows. Really. I'm honoured that I've touched a raw nerve if you work for the security services. What Colonel Charles Holt said was very revealing, and the mechanic Rick. So let me summarise what they said and highlight the implications of what they mean. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you something that was shared with me. A strange video that came to me anonymously that demonstrates how to turn back time. But before I show you that, let me go over the timeline of what now is becoming clear that might have really happened in Suffolk. Over the summer and autumn of 1980, at Woodbridge Air Force Base, a C-5 Galaxy ramp was built in the secure area. The reason they needed to build a new ramp, the C-5 Galaxy is so heavy, parking that type of aircraft on normal concrete would crack it. And they built it at the secure end of runway 27. Why? Because they were planning a mission where things were flown in on a C-5 and held in the secure area. I now think that quite possibly Deputy Base Commander Charles Holt knew that a mission was being planned for his bases over the Christmas period of 1980. So let's discuss why. Rendlesham Forest is in Suffolk. For hundreds of years, strange things have been seen in Suffolk. And when the British MOD started using Orford Ness, started experimenting with Tesla's death ray, built Cobra Mist, demonstrated directed energy weapons at Bawdsey, and built Sizewell A nuclear power station, the manifestations of the highly strange got very strong. And you can't forget that the British defence company Marconi, who are building advanced radar systems in Suffolk, also suffered from these strange effects. In the last 24 hours, I've now heard that Sizewell A nuclear power station was plagued with orbs in the sky. Sailors and inshore fishermen from Aldborough have contacted me today to tell me about the strange glows in the sky that they've seen over Orford Ness. The UK government, the British MOD, defence contractors all knew that Suffolk had strange effects, and the Americans were working on them. Ever since the USA knew that the USSR were more advanced in psychic studies, the CIA wanted their own program, but they needed a place to do it. What better than strange Suffolk, both offshore and with the support of the British government? Rendlesham Forest was chosen, an isolated piece of scrubby woodland between two US Air Force NATO bases. So an experiment was planned for December 1980. The quiet days just after Christmas. The heavy equipment, the technicians, the scientists, and a crack team from the OSI, the Office of Special Investigations, all flew into Suffolk. Rick, the US Air Force mechanic, saw the device being installed. Whatever its real purpose was, it did work. And it did more. Unleashing the unknown and evoking the unwanted. The experiment was successful and needed covering up.
There were more than 50 people that witnessed the event the night I was out. The weapons storage area people, 3 different groups of civilian people, gate guards, different people all over the place from different areas, especially the ones in the weapons storage area, that when they looked through binoculars, 10 or 12 power binoculars, at the objects we saw in the sky, which all we could see is bright white lights, they were so bright you couldn't discern a shape. They said they were triangular. Several of them saw what they considered to be a large mothership, huge, that actually had objects coming off it like little small orbs, or perhaps, I don't know what they would be, maybe drones. But that's what they saw, which tells me there was something big up there, and there was more than one object. Well, we know there were at least 5 objects, if not more, that I saw. We saw first the glowing orange-red object, which was in the field in front of us, which was actually dripping or sending off sparks, or that's the best way I can describe it. Never touched the ground. It was about anywhere from 5 to 10 feet off the ground. It moved horizontally. It came toward us into the forest. It moved through the trees, avoiding the trees. It was no longer shedding particles in, by the way. We tried to approach it. It went back out into the field, and as we got up to the fence line to get close, it silently exploded into white objects like fireworks and disappeared. And people up there have told me they have as many as 30 sightings a month of unusual objects in the sky. It's a strange place. It's a strange place.